Cass County this morning. The sheriff's office says a vehicle sped past a deputy east of Horace around 3 this morning. The deputy tried to conduct a traffic stop, but the driver then turned their lights off and kept going. The deputy lost that vehicle near I-29, but later came across a car that had rolled near University Drive just south of Fargo a short time later. Officers approached the vehicle with their guns drawn. The driver was arrested on a fleeing charge. A passenger was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. New this morning, a North Dakota family is asking for help finding their missing loved one. 18-year-old Me-Marie White Mountain of Fort Yates has been missing for nearly 2 weeks since the November 10th blizzard. Volunteers were out on foot and on horses near Fort Yates yesterday, searching open areas and old buildings. Police even used a canine teams and a plane. Family members are worried that Me-Marie got caught up in the storm, but the Bureau of Indian Affairs says it cannot comment on the possibility of any foul play. 6:53 right now on this Wednesday morning. Let's check your forecast. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Big travel day again. We've got that beautiful sunrise happening on the eastern horizon. So good sign for your travel plans. We've got dry conditions, clear skies, a temperature of 24 degrees in Fargo, 21 in Grand Forks. So still below freezing. We probably have some of those patchy areas of ice out there too that you'll need to watch out for. But on our radar and satellite map, you can see it's pretty quiet. A few clouds drifting through the northern valley. And then we're looking to the west for our next chance for some precipitation coming up for late tonight and overnight into early parts of the day on Thanksgiving. You can see that over into Montana. If you're traveling in that direction, you'll run into it sooner, but eventually it comes our way and it should be pretty light. But still, we'll need to watch out for if we've got some travel plans here in the coming couple of days here. So a look at your planner for today. Lots of sunshine once it's up this morning. And we'll see temperatures rising back into some mid-30s, meaning it's going to get slushy and sloppy on the roads here. Eventually that wind, or rather that temperature, will start to dip later tonight. So if you do get some melting, if it's not treated, then it'll freeze back up. So I'll keep that in mind too for those sidewalks and those secondary roads. Winds are going to be out of the south up to about 20 miles per hour today. Not bad. But again, overnight tonight and into tomorrow, we have that potential for a few mixed precipitation areas, a little bit of flaky activity going on. So for your Thanksgiving planner, keep in mind that that might affect your travel early on. We'll be here for you to keep you updated. You can always check your Valley News Live weather app as well. But once that clears out, it's looking pretty good for your Thanksgiving day. Temperature right around that freezing point, that melting point coming up for the holiday. And then beyond, we will see mild temperatures into your Black Friday and Saturday as well. We cool back Sunday, but still in upper 20s. Not too bad. Relatively quiet for the entire holiday weekend. Just have to watch out late tonight and into early tomorrow.
Okay, thankful for some fairly mild weather, all things considering.
Exactly. We've been in that low end already, so it's nice to see that come back for a little bit.
It sure is. All right, Lisa, thank you. And speaking of holiday travel, should be smooth sailing on most North Dakota and Minnesota highways. We want to get a check of your travel maps right now, though. State of Minnesota here, we're looking at the northern portion of it. Green, that means seasonal, pretty good, just south of International Falls. So we are talking about some scattered snow-covered roads in that area. So if you're heading to the arrowhead of Minnesota, make sure you watch out. And if you are heading on your way to the Twin Cities or parts of southern Minnesota today, roads are all still green throughout the entire state. However, right around the Clearwater exit, we are now reporting 2 crashes that have already happened this morning. That's a popular interchange for Highway 10 and I-94 in that region. So as you head closer to the Twin Cities, make sure you're careful. In and around Highway 10 near the Twin Cities as well, they're also talking about construction, which could slow you down. In North Dakota this morning around Cavalier, we're talking about some frosty roads this morning, so be careful there. And then in and around Findlay this morning, we're also talking about some partially snow-covered roads. So it shouldn't be too terrible out there. Otherwise, the rest of the state, Northern Valley, Southern Valley, out to the west into the Badlands, we're talking about all green seasonal conditions. And that's good news for the people that are traveling today. Some 50 million people are expected to hit the highways today for trips to their Thanksgiving holiday destinations. AAA says if you want to avoid the crowded highways, the best time to leave already this morning or before 11 tomorrow morning. One traffic analysis company says the worst time for you to drive is the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The worst times specifically on the weekend are between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And now we want to get a check of those who are taking to the skies as they head out of town. It's already starting to pick up in North Fargo at Hector International Airport. They are already boarding flights out of town. The first one has already departed. 6 more are scheduled to depart this morning, all before 9 o'clock. Now, the day before Thanksgiving, a big travel day across the country. A lot of folks are again driving, and we'll have more updates for you throughout the morning right here on the Valley Today and on your VNL News and Weather apps for what you can expect. Here's the latest on a story that we have been following for you on the Valley Today. Police have now canceled a missing persons alert out of the Twin Cities. They say 2 children who were kidnapped by their mother in Minneapolis were thankfully found safe this morning. Allegations continue to surface against former NDSU cheer coach Verona Winkler. Current and former athletes are speaking out, alleging verbal and emotional abuse over the years by Winkler as a coach. Our investigation into the claims started back in August when we received a message into our whistleblower hotline. Our reporters have interviewed at least 10 different athletes who shared similar stories of allegations that date back to 2009.
Tried starving myself, and that just didn't do it for her. And so unfortunately I went to the only other thing I could control, which was causing external pain on myself to take away from stuff I couldn't control with my performance for her wise, or altering my appearance in any other way. So really it was really it was a destructive outlet to try to cope.
Winkler resigned from her position as a cheer coach on November 9th after 21 years and just 2 weeks after we started requesting interviews. Now, the NDSU Athletic Department has still not commented on any of these claims. Dozens of people headed to downtown Fargo last night to honor the victims of the Colorado Springs nightclub shooting. They gathered at Broadway Square for a moment of remembrance in support of those who died and those who survived. North Dakota State Senator Ryan Braunberger was also there to pay his respects. He says he will use his leadership to ensure equity for the LGBTQ community in the state. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can find more live up to the minute news and weather coming up for you on the Fargo CW. Otherwise, safe travels to your holiday destination this week. We will be here tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. and then back to our full schedule on Friday morning as well. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a great day.